A major lawsuit has been filed against Sig Sauer. Let's talk about it. Hey everybody, welcome back to Guns and Gadgets, your premier source for Second Amendment news that you're probably not going to hear anywhere else. Today's story is a big one, and it's unfolding right over there in the Garden State, New Jersey, and it just dropped a short time ago. New Jersey's Attorney General Matt Platkin, who's a little anti-gunning communist, along with the Division of Consumer Affairs, has officially filed a 59-page lawsuit against Sig Sauer, claiming that the .320 pistol is defective and that it's been firing without anyone pulling the trigger. Now, if that sounds familiar, it should. The Sig P320 has been at the center of controversy for years, with police departments, federal agents, and civilians across the country reporting incidents of unintentional discharges, allegedly. But this time, New Jersey's taking it to court. Today, I'm breaking down the lawsuit in detail, what it claims, what evidence is cited, and what this means for gun owners, law enforcement, and the Second Amendment community nationwide. Now, the complaint was filed today by Attorney General Platkin and Acting Director Elizabeth Harris of the Division of Consumer Affairs, and it accuses Sig Sauer of marketing and selling a dangerously defective handgun, the P320, while misleading the public about its safety. According to the suit, the P320 is fully pre-cocked whenever a round is chambered, meaning it's essentially always ready to fire. The state alleges that the internal safeties Sig claims to have built into the gun are not foolproof, and that even minor movements such as holstering or walking can lead to an unintended discharge. The complaint cites multiple incidents involving New Jersey law enforcement officers who were shot by their own holstered sidearms, allegedly, including Howell Township Officer Raymond Tillotson, whose .320 allegedly discharged while holstered during a training course, shooting him in the leg. West Orange Officer Gregory Willis, who suffered a similar holstered discharge. Detective Lieutenant Walter Imbert of Orange PD, who tragically lost his life when his P320 allegedly went off while he was preparing to clean it. And Platkin's lawsuit claims that these are not isolated events, but part of a pattern of gruesome regularity across the nation. The Attorney General accuses Sig Sauer of deceptive marketing and reckless disregard for safety. The state says that Sig knew about these problems as far back as 2016 when the U.S. Army tested the pistol during the modular handgun safety trials. The Army reportedly found that the pistol posed an unacceptable danger of firing when dropped or jostled, so they required an external safety on the military versions, now known as the M17 and the M18. But Sig allegedly kept selling the civilian and law enforcement. But Sig allegedly kept selling the civilian and law enforcement versions without that safety, while advertising that the P320 was chosen by all branches of the U.S. military. Now, the lawsuit argues that this claim was deceptive because the military only purchased modified versions with an external manual safety, not the same model sold to the public. Guys, real quick, I want to thank our sponsor, CMMG, for always supporting the channel. If you believe in quality, precision, and protecting your rights, then these folks are worth knowing. Whether you're looking for 22s or larger chamberings or just accessories done right with attention to detail, CMMG always delivers. Their craftsmanship and respect for the Second Amendment shows, and as always, purchasing from reliable manufacturers helps us ensure safety, accountability, and quality. G&G 10 will make you smile there. Thanks to CMMG for always supporting this type of important conversation and standing by the channel year after year. All right, back to the story here. According to this complaint, Sig's marketing slogans like safety without compromise and the .320 won't fire unless you want it to were blatantly misleading. Even after hundreds of reports of unintentional discharges and lawsuits in other states, Sig continued to tell the public that any incidents were due to user error. Now, let's dig into what the lawsuit says about the mechanics of the problem. The P320, unlike many other striker-fired handguns, is fully cocked when a round is chambered. That means it's under constant spring tension, like a loaded mousetrap. The firing striker is held back by a small sear ledge about 1 millimeter thick. According to the FBI's ballistic research facility, whose findings are cited in the complaint, even without pressure on the trigger, movements like walking, sitting, or drawing from a holster can cause the internal striker safety to disengage. Once that happens, any slight jolt can send the striker forward, firing the gun. Now, the state points out that other manufacturers like Glock or Smith & Wesson include external trigger safeties or double action systems to prevent exactly this kind of event. But Sig opted not to, instead claiming their internal safeties were enough. The result, according to this complaint, has been hundreds of unintended discharges, some caught on video, many witnessed, and others fatal. Now, this lawsuit points out that police departments from Chicago, San Francisco, Milwaukee, Houston, Denver, and even the federal ICE agency have dropped or banned the P320 after repeated incidents. New Jersey's own state police, in fact, removed the P320 from its list of approved off-duty firearms earlier this year after reviewing the FBI's findings. In one particular disturbing case cited, a Camden County detective was shot in the leg and knee just walking to his vehicle. In another, an officer died cleaning his service weapon while his hands were nowhere near the trigger. The Attorney General argues that Sig Sauer has endangered police officers, veterans, and civilians by continuing to sell this design without addressing the root cause or warning buyers of the risk. The lawsuit is seeking several things. Number one, an injunction to stop Sig Sauer from selling or distributing the P320 in New Jersey. Number two, restitution and damages for the injuries and deaths caused. Number three, penalties under the state's Consumer Fraud Act and the Firearms Industry Public Safety Law. Now, Platkin says this case isn't just about defective products, it's about corporate accountability and protecting both officers and the public from what he calls unreasonable and dangerous conduct. If New Jersey wins this case, it could set a national precedent, especially since dozens of P320 lawsuits are already pending across the country. It could also signal a new front in how anti-gun states use consumer protection laws to target firearm manufacturers. Whether Sig Sauer's design is genuinely defective or whether these are freak incidents amplified by politics remains to be seen. But make no mistake, this is a massive legal and political move that could reshape how handguns are marketed and sold in America. We'll be watching this case closely, and if New Jersey's suit gains traction, expect others in blue states to follow along. Now, let me know what you think. Do you believe the P320 has a design flaw? Or is this another example of gun control by lawsuit? The comments, anytime I mention anything with the SIG lawsuits across the country over the last 5 or 7, 8 years, however long it's been now, the comments are typically split down the middle. Some think gun's fine, some think it's not. Sound off down below. As always, stay informed, stay safe, and stay free. If you would love to support the channel, check out Blackout Coffee, made by Patriots for Patriots. Use code GNG10 at checkout for 10% off. I am Jared, this is Guns and Gadgets, and this is where the fight for your rights never stops. I'll see you on the next one. Take care.